Okay guys, I've just had a little tool built for me for something I actually did a video last week on, and it was basically how to build massive email lists, okay, for affiliate marketing. Now, I've created a 4-step outline here, which I will be testing, I will be following, but I just want to give you an example of how we can do the targeting. So what we're going to do is we're going to get people to install some checklists or mini courses built in an app, and the app will look something like this. This is the Chrome extension version. I can't show you an Android app version because I don't have a telephone that I can record from, but you can see in here that we can embed videos and stuff. We can actually build these into mini courses if we want to. In fact, let me just go over to Chrome over here and I can show you, I think this one here, and you can see we've got video and then we've got checklist under the video. Okay, we've got video and we've got checklist under the video. Okay, so you can do mini courses, checklists. You can deliver really good content, really high quality content from here, and it becomes higher quality as well because you've got the video, you've got the underneath you've got these bullet points and tasks for people to do for each video. So it's a very, very efficient way to be able to deliver content while you're teaching something. And you can see here as well that we've got banner ads in here. So I've got 41 of these different apps, okay? I've got 41 different topics. If I want to update the banner, I can update the banner on all of them all at one time, okay? And these apps have thousands of people installing them. Absolutely thousands of people installing them. You can see here, 1900, 2800, 5100, etc., etc. Now you can see how powerful that can be, because if I open this up here, this is what they're presented with then when they install the app. It's an opt-in gate. Now I can optionally put in here for SMS to collect the telephone numbers. I can collect an email, and anybody who installs the app, I can send them push notifications without any permissions needed. I'm sending it via the app. Okay, so this can be really powerful. Now just to give you an idea how really powerful this can be, let me come over into let's see, here we go here. Here we go here. I'm just going to come out of here and go into this app campaigns here. Now you can see a campaign I run recently, 2,430 conversions. That's people who installed my app on an Android version of the app, okay? And basically it cost me about 18 cents each for that install. Really, really cheap. Altogether I spent about $455 for 2,430 opt-ins. Okay, 2,430 people I can send push notifications to. Okay, if I chose to add a single email opt-in, which we can do, just a single email opt-in, we can do that. We would probably have about 2,000, we'd probably lose maybe about 10, 15, 20% of the people at that particular point. But if you sold it well enough, then you're going to still have a very, very high opt-in rate. So that would put the price up to about 25 cents or something like that if you did the calculation. But anyway, what's important about this is that we can get the targeting really, really specific with this kind of thing, because when we want to do some targeting for people who install apps, then we've got a whole new dimension that other people are not really doing in the same way as what we can do now. Because what we can do now is we can target people who install apps, specific apps. We can target people who install specific types of content apps. So for example, if I come in here, go to tools and settings, I go into my audience manager, and you can see at the top here I've got like segments. I can choose custom segments, okay, and I can choose here to add a custom segment. I can give it a name. I'll just call it TE1 just for simplicity. When we come down here, you can see I can expand my segment by people who use types of apps. If I click on that and I go and find an app that I want to target, so I can come over here to Play Store. You can see this app here called View Boost. This is all about YouTube SEO. This is about getting views on YouTube videos, and people view each other's videos. The only problem with these kind of apps is that you don't have any control over how long people watch your videos for. Okay, you could have an average watch time of 5 seconds, for example, because people are using these kind of apps so they can sell what they call traffic. they say we can get you 1,000 YouTube views and you've got an average watch time of 11 seconds or something, you've got no control. That can really seriously damage your campaigns. But you can see how many people are interested in this. It's got 15,000 users, 15,000 reviewers, not users. If I come down here, you can see the installs is actually 500,000. 500,000 users of this single app. But guess what? If I go into Play Store and I type in here, YouTube views, well, I've got in here about 240 results. Okay, there's about 240 results. It keeps scrolling, it keeps scrolling, it keeps scrolling, it keeps scrolling. And these are all about views, YouTube tags, YouTube SEO, all that kind of stuff, okay? All of that kind of stuff. And I can go through like views for views, tons of these go viral with views. All that kind of stuff, so subscribers and all that kind of stuff is in here. So this is a really targeted audience, especially if you wanted to do something like offer a tool like SERPATAC, $40 trial as an affiliate, which you can all do, by the way, and you can use this for your targeting, because this is really specific. I mean, it's so specific that we can target this with confidence that we've got an accurate audience. But how do we do this? Well, if I just click on this one again, what we need to do is we need to take the name of the app, and we go in here and we come down and we're just going to paste in here, and you can see the name of the app when pasted in shows up this app. If I click on that, then I can add that app in here. Okay, I can add that app in here, and that means I'm creating a custom audience based on people who use similar apps to this. Okay, you can see the wording here, people who use similar apps to. Okay, so if there's 240 results there, and say 210 of them are really spot on as far as YouTube views, etc. Say for example, I want to run a SERPATAC campaign for a trial, then this is what I can do. I can just go and target all of those 210. Now if it's using similar apps too, well, they're all similar to each other, all of those apps, so we're pretty much making sure that we're catching the audience for all of those 210 apps. You would think so anyway. Okay, now the problem is you have to go through them, and you have to go and click on back and go click on the next one and do the same thing, and on and on and on. I got a tool built to make this stupid simple. You can see here I've got a tool built, and what we do is we just put in the keyword up here. You start scraping, give it a few minutes, it will come back with the results, and you can see here it's pulled back the name of the app, the company that built it, the description, it will tell you the genre, it will tell you the star rating, how many ratings it's got, and all this different kinds of stuff. Okay, and so we can even sort this by the amount of installs, for example, and we can just cherry pick the very best ones if we want to, or we can just take all of them. Now it will export in a CSV file. You can see this CSV file here. If I scroll all the way down, you're going to see that it's pulled back 249 results. Okay, I've got 249 results, so I don't need to sit there clicking back and forth, etc. Then all I need to do is add those one by one. You have to do it one by one into here. It doesn't let you do a bulk. Okay, you have to do one by one. But once you've done that, what you can do as well is you can come over here to the segment insights and click on this, and you can choose languages and you can choose locations. You can see this is only chosen United Kingdom for me. So if I want to add America, I'm going to have to come in here and add America, US, United States, for example. And you have to do that one time for the segments in here, but you can add the apps just by the name. So all I need to do from my CSV here, if I just take it back up to the top again, let's see if we got something here that we can recognize. I had as well vidIQ, I had TubeBuddy, etc. I just want to go and find that specific. Okay, I'll take this one, TubeViewer. I'll just take this, and I can go through them all one by one. And it's efficient in the sense that it saves you a bunch of time, but also you still have to do this part. There's no way to speed that up because they don't let you bulk upload. Okay, but you can see here we start to build this up. Okay, and we can build this up for all of those 200 plus apps, and we can create that custom audience. So anytime I want to run some YouTube ads, which could be a review video for SERPATAC or something similar, or I want to run an affiliate marketing campaign where I'm using this as the audience targeting. Say for example, there's a tool out that is about YouTube SEO, then I can use that audience to run my campaign, and I can run a campaign with maybe 4 or 5 different videos on that same campaign, each video touching a different angle, okay, so that you can touch this audience multiple times. Sometimes you need to show them very different angles for your promotions before they will buy, okay? So this gives you an audience that you can just keep hitting, and at the same time what you want to do is you want to put a remarketing set remarketing up on your content as well. So on your landing pages, if you're using landing pages, on your YouTube videos, so that you can remarket to them. But what will happen as well is once you start to build that remarketing list, Google automatically creates something called a similar audience, and that similar audience is their targeting. It's their AI saying that this audience here, the similar audience, is very, very similar to the people on your remarketing list who watched your video, for example. So you can get really targeted from that as well. And the more you hit that similar audience with the same videos, that if somebody watches those videos, they get added into a remarketing list. Well, it kind of goes round in a wheel, okay, where somebody watches your video, they get added to a remarketing list, the remarketing list gets big, the similar audience that's created automatically from the remarketing list, it gets bigger, and you're using the similar audience to do the targeting then for you to get people to view your video. And so the similar audience is being used, people from the similar audience watch your video, and then they're added to remarketing list, which gets bigger, which increases the similar audience, etc., etc. And this is really powerful, especially within YouTube, because there's so much traffic in YouTube, and all of the successful YouTubers, I'm talking about people not even hugely successful, the people that are hitting more than 10,000 views on every video that they put up, they will all tell you they get a lot of traffic from suggested video, and it's a vast ocean of traffic. And if that is the case, and taking into account that YouTube search engine is the second largest search engine in the world, and yet still people are saying they get more traffic from suggested video than they get from the second largest search engine in the world. Think how powerful that is, how much that traffic Google can provide, or YouTube can provide within YouTube. So if you're doing a YouTube video, then you're tapping into that audience. Maybe it's the same algorithm as the suggested video audience, but this is how we can do it. This is another avenue to get in there, and all we need to do is go and target people who are using apps like these, okay, or similar apps. You can do this in any niche at all, okay. You can do this in any niche that there are Android apps in Play Store, okay. Powerful stuff, powerful targeting, okay. So you're probably wondering how to get a hold of this tool. Well, keep an eye out on some emails that I will be doing over the next few days. I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I'll run a campaign, etc., just to see how well this targeting is working. I know that it works because I've tried it manually as well. All I've done here is I've been able to ramp it up and make it really, really powerful just by the way that we can ramp it up with this automation. I don't need to sit and click and back and forward on the Play Store, although you can do that. This took me about 3 minutes to run this campaign. I went to make a cup of coffee, I come back, it's done. All I need to do now is just copy and paste, and I can just copy and paste from these here, okay. I just need to copy and paste from these here, and these are on an Excel file or CSV. Just copy paste one at a time in there. Make sure you've got your targeting correct as far as the country, etc., and you're good to go. You've created a custom audience that you can use anytime. Now if you think about this kind of search for YouTube views and YouTube SEO, then you can also do YouTube subscribers. You can also do similar kind of topics or subtopics, and you will get more and more and more of them. There will be some crossover, that's inevitable, but you will still be able to go and target those with a single click, really, really fast, really, really easy, okay. So anyway, I've been waiting for this to get done. So if you're in the traffic workshops, we will get started next week. Now that I've got this, I was waiting for this. I needed this to help us with some extra targeting in the strategy that we're going to use for the workshop, okay. So if you're in the workshop group, we'll kick off the workshop next week now that we have got this built, okay. I had to wait for this to get built so that we can really do a full-on strategy with this, so that we can build thousands of email opt-ins specifically for affiliate marketing. So you will, if you're in the workshop, you'll all get a copy of this, okay? I've just got to add the licensing to it as well before I release it. So anyway, if you're still looking for this, you're not in the workshops, make sure you're on my email list. Go to anthonyhayes.me, anthonyhayes.me. At the top of the page, you will see there's an opt-in form, okay? If you opt in, you will get one of these apps, okay? You can get one of these apps I showed you from here. You will get this one specifically, actually. It's the YouTube SEO checklist for 2022. Now this checklist is interesting because what I did is I watched over 100 videos from people like Neil Patel and Brian Dean and Ahrefs and a whole bunch of people that are very, very successful with YouTube SEO. Okay, and I took the very best tips, the tips that actually work, the tips that move the needle, and I put them in here, and I put it in sections. The stuff you have to do for pre-upload. And you might think that's not important, but that's the most important part of all the successful YouTubers. The stuff they do pre-upload. The last thing they actually do is record the video. There's a whole bunch of stuff they do before they record the video. It's all in here, okay? I basically went through all of those videos and I took everything that I felt was useful, that was actionable, that would move the needle, and you will be surprised how people are doing video SEO if you're not part of that kind of system that they're using, okay? And basically this is the top tips, and then I put some of my own tips in there that I know work and will move the needle. And here is the YouTube SEO checklist. So if you go over to anthonyhayes.me, you can install this, okay? And I update it once a year. It's due an update in the next few weeks, actually. So I'll go through 100 videos again from the last year. Brian Dean, Neil Patel, Ahrefs, anybody who's successful with YouTube SEO, that is basically, that can be trusted kind of thing. I will be going through their videos and picking up tips, and I will add to what's in here. I will change anything in here that needs changing, etc. So that will be updated, so you can get this tool as well, and you can map your score as you go through. You can say, okay, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, and you come down and you can see your progress bar. Okay, very cool. Very cool little tool. Okay, so you can get that, you get on my email list, and at the same time you'll be able to receive information about how to get your hands on this tool once I've added the licensing and once I've put it up for sale. Okay, thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and watch out for the next videos. I've got some videos coming up for building email lists for affiliate marketing. There's about 4 or 5 different strategies we're going to be using over the next few weeks to build thousands and thousands of emails in an email opt-in list, and plus we'll be able to send them push notifications and SMS messages as well. Okay, keep an eye out for them. There's multiple strategies coming up, so watch out for those. Thanks.